Hey guys, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk, and I'm starting a new series for the year 2025. I'm theoretically going to do this once a month, depending on whether I have enough ideas and whether you guys seem to like it or not. It's called Venn diagrams. And so for a Venn diagram, you're going to have to show 7 records. So there's going to be 3 categories each time I do Venn diagrams. And then you'll have the possible two-way intersections and the three-way intersection where all 3 ideas meet up. And so this time we're going to do EPs versus mini LPs versus maxi singles. So they're all records. They're usually 12-inch, and they're not a full album, but they're close. And I'm going to make some sort of judgment calls as to what's an EP extended play versus what's a mini LP versus what's a maxi single. And so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show something that's an EP only. So it's only going to be the EP portion of that circle. It's not going to be in any of the intersections. And so it's Biba Doobie Space Cadet. I believe this was from 2019. So 5 songs. I'm thinking EPs are usually about 3 to 6 songs. 19 minutes, 48 seconds. That's a little bit too short to be a mini LP. And then there wasn't a song on here called, well, there is a song called Space Cadet, but it wasn't actually the single. The singles, I think, were I Wish I Was Stephen Malkmus, and she plays bass. There aren't any extended versions or remixes that you'll typically see on a maxi single. So I'm classifying Biba Doobie Space Cadet as an EP. Okay, how about something that's a mini LP, a mini album only? So let's go with Stereolab from, what was this? This is from sometime in the 90s. And they don't have the year on the back, so you can go look it up on Bandcamp. But this is Stereolab. The group played space age bachelor pad music. And so there are 8 songs on here, totaling 27 minutes, 38 seconds. So that's a little bit too long to be an EP, 8 songs rather than 6. We're still under half an hour, so I think we can call it a mini LP. And again, this was meant to be sort of a singular piece of work, not like a single with a bunch of remixes on it. So, although we do have, there are some different versions of some songs. All this classification is a little bit wonky, but I'm going to call Stereolab, the group played space age bachelor pad music, as a mini LP only. And then a maxi single only. Well, we got a nice floppy British. This is the Dream Academy, not with Life in a Northern Town, but with the song Love. And you can even see in the tiny little white print it says specially priced maxi single. So it says it's a maxi single right on there. And then basically what it has is there are 7 tracks on here, but it's all the song Love. I think there might be one other song on here, but there are 6 different versions of the song Love, the hit, and then one other song as well. So this is definitely a maxi single. It's not really a mini LP because it's just the same song over and over, and it's a little bit too many tracks to be an EP. So let's get into some of those two-way intersections. So a two-way intersection between an EP and a mini album. So we're going to have Boy Genius from, I believe this was from 2018. So, of course, this is sort of your indie pop folk supergroup with Phoebe Bridgers and Julian Baker and Lucy Dacus. It has 6 tracks on it, clocking in at 21 minutes, 58 songs. So it's got an extra track. It's a few minutes longer than that Biba Doobie. So I think it's long enough to be a mini LP, but it's also definitely an EP. So I think this goes in the two-way intersection of EP and mini album. And then what about a EP maxi single intersection, another two-way intersection? So we're going to go to 1988 with Susie and the Banshees, Peekaboo. So of course this was their lead single off of that album. And so you've got the 7-inch version and a couple B-sides on side 2, and then a longer version on side 1. So you've got Maxi single, because it's like the single with a remix and a couple other songs. That's like an EP as well, because it's nice and short with 4 songs. It's got a couple extra tracks on it. But it's definitely not a mini album. So we're going to go with the two-way intersection here. And then the two-way intersection between a mini LP and a maxi single is going to be introducing the style console. So first of all, besides their cool shoes and socks, we're not punks anymore. It says mini LP right on the album cover, and it has tracks from their first 3 singles. So that's like a maxi single, and it's a bit too long, clocking in at over 31 minutes to be an EP. You might even question if it's a mini LP, but it says it's a mini LP right on. That's part of the cover. So we're going to put this in the two-way intersection of a mini LP and a maxi single. And so you might be wondering, well, what's going to fit in that 3-way intersection? Something that's an EP, something that's a maxi single, something that's a mini LP. We're going to go, this is a 10-inch record, Rage Against the Machine, People of the Sun from 1997. So you can see they said EP right on the cover, so it's an EP. And then, of course, 10-inch makes it a mini LP. That's a rule that I just made up. I'm going to use again shortly with some bonus records. And then maxi single, well, you've got People of the Sun, which was the second single off the Evil Empire, and Bulls on Parade was the first single off the Evil Empire album. So it's sort of like a double A side. So I'm going to say it can count as a maxi single, it can count as a mini LP, and it definitely counts as an EP. And then you want to see a couple bonus records as well. Well, we have Ima Sumac with Voice of the Extabay from way back in like 1950 or 51. So like one of the actual oldest records in my collection. This is a 10-inch record as well. And of course it's a mini LP because I made up the rule about 10-inch records being mini LPs. And I mean, I think that really counts as that. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got like 8 or 9 tracks on it. So it's gonna be a little bit too long to be a EP. They had 7-inch EPs back in the 50s. And then it's definitely not a maxi single. That wasn't really a thing yet. Remixes weren't really a thing back in 1950. But remixes were definitely a thing in the 1990s. So this is my other bonus record. This is Blondie Rapture. So this is Blondie remodeled for the 1990s with a bunch of remixes, the original version as well. And in fact, this is a double 12-inch. So the final song on side D is actually the original 7-inch single version of Rapture, clocking in at 4 minutes 57 seconds. They've got a disco mix that's like 10 minutes long. All kinds of other, there's like a dub mix, beats, K-Classic. So that's your bonus record. So tell me if you like the Venn diagrams idea. I've got a couple more ideas I can do for a couple of months, and hopefully I'll keep on coming up with enough ideas that people like this.